Alright, we're going live in a few seconds onto Facebook as Joey Arnold anything. I'm going to say that again because I'm still waiting for the event log on Facebook. Now I see it. An event log. Am I pronunciating good enough? Maybe. Is there an audio delay? A little bit. Maybe a little bit. I'm still working on it, trying to figure it out. Now I'm going to go live. 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're live and you can ask me anything. That's what this live stream is all about. There's a little bit of maybe some audio delay. Yes, just a little bit, and the audio should be a little bit better. So I'm still working on it, but it's not perfect. But I just want to make this live video. And if you got any questions, you want to say something, let me know and I'll try to respond to it. And right now you just see my face, but I can also show you my desktop, my screen. So if you have any questions, let me know. I wrote a new song and I just posted it. It's called Racist Song, but it's not really about being racist. Not in a bad way. It depends on how you look at it, because what does that word mean? Some people say it's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing? Think about that. What do you think? Well, it's not really a bad thing. Could be a bad thing, just like anything else. It's like power and money. A lot of things can be a bad thing. But are you racist, or are you just preferenced? Do you just have an opinion? Do you have, maybe you just have priorities and things like that? You just have a focus on your family first, your community first, your state, your country, your city first. Those are priorities. Are your priorities racist? Is it automatically a bad thing? Sometimes maybe it depends. A lot of things in life just depends, right? Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out at you. I could probably sing the song again. And I have the letters to tell you what it's all about, what it stands for. Racist, like what is it? What does it stand for? R stands for recognition for the world that we live in. Don't just live in a fantasy world, live in the world that you do live in. A is for acceptance. Just accept what you live in, your world and everything, good and bad, take it all in. And C is for confession, and you gotta say I'm sorry and stuff, and realize that you're not perfect and everything. You gotta try your best, but at the same time you gotta be like, hey, I know what it is, I know what it's like and everything. I is for what is I for? What did I say? Hold on, let me look. What did I write? What did I write? I don't even know what I wrote anymore. Ignition. You gotta get ignited like you're a fire. Like you're fireworks and you're Katy Perry fireworks, and you just gotta keep going and stuff. And S is for succession. You gotta have momentum and acceleration. You gotta keep going. Momentum is a powerful word, and also acceleration. Keep going. If you ever stop in your life, if you stop for too long, you may never get back to your prime, get back to the best of what you're capable of doing, your potential and everything. And that's too bad. That's why you got to keep going. And number 6, T stands for thrust. And that's kind of the same thing what I said already about succession. You have to keep on going. But if you put all those letters together, you get the word racist. And I just posted the other video about that, and I wrote a little bit of a song, a little bit of a dingle. And I think it's pretty good. And I think it's good to think about, because it's a word that people throw at you. The control freaks, the left, they're always throwing these words at us. And I just wanted to use that one word as an example of something that they do to try to get us down, and why not try to find a way to get on top of it? Because what else could be better than to be like on offense in life? Why not be on offense? So do you really want to see my desktop or something? I really have like a lot of ideas when I try to do videos, when I'm writing articles and stuff, and I'm posting everything online. The last 10 to 20 years, I've been all over the place. A little bit like offline, traveling, doing things in my life. And then more so online. The older I get, the more I'm like this online, because it's like, it's a magical thing to be able just to broadcast yourself, but then you might spread yourself a little bit too thin, and that's a little bit of a problem, but at the same time it's better than nothing. Oh, so what do you got? What do you got? What do I got? Well, I got a little bit of a potato. Do I really have a potato? What is a potato? Sometimes you actually, if you have your own garden, you get really big carrots. Carrots are amazing. Potatoes are amazing. A lot of things are amazing. I was talking to my mom about what is a calorie. I had these questions. I ask these questions all the time. Like, what is a calorie? What is protein? What is nutrition? Like, think about that, for example. Like, people like to compare calories with nutrition. Like, what in the world is that? Like, are they apples and oranges? Like, they're not the same thing, right? They're not really, kind of, they are, but it's like, nutrition is more of a general word that describes all the things that your body needs. Whatever your body needs, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Joey, check out Robert Mueller connection to Cambodia child trafficking scandal 9/4/2001, 7 days before 9/11/2001. I say that's probably true, and a lot of other things are true. That kind of goes with that, and goes with a lot of other things too. If you go down that rabbit trail, you see a lot of connections. There's a lot of connections in the world. That was just a comment I got. I was reading a comment. If you don't know, if you're listening, I was reading a comment about a connection, about something that happened about 10 years ago. A little bit more than 10 years ago. And you may not know. You may be asking yourself, what happened in 2001? If you're listening, I need to maybe post this live stream onto some Facebook groups, maybe, so that other people can be like, what are you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm making a video. What? You make a video? What? Yeah, can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. What? What about my video? No, there I go. Yeah, I'm talking about something, yo. Like I'm Alex Jones. You're not Alex Jones. I wanna. No. Sorry. You don't really have what it takes. Stop it. You're making a fool of yourself. Want to turn the frogs gay before I turned gay. Whoa. What? Didn't now you wonder why did I make that video a few years ago on April's Fool's Day, pretending to be gay and stuff? People like, what the hell? What are you talking? And I didn't really know Alex Jones at that time. Like, kind of, maybe a little bit, not really as much at that time, until 2016. And I started watching him all the time and realizing there's a lot of things that people need to know, and got to be red pilled and stuff. It's very interesting. And you look back and you're like, wow, look at that connection. It blows your mind. It blows your mind. It blows your mind. I'm not gonna do anything with that. What I mean is, I'm trying to post to a group and I'm being distracted. Yep, being distracted. Okay, so you still might see my face. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna let you see my monitor, see my desktop a little bit, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. Did that work? Yeah. Okay. Now you can see that I'm going to 2 Facebook groups, and just gonna post my little live stream video. Questions and answers. If you got any questions, just let me know. So far, I just got 1 comment. That's okay. Steam It. I went through this Steam It song a little bit. I'll go through it again in case you're new and you want to know. What does racist mean? People say you're racist. There's mostly just like the people on the left, control freaks. You know who they are. If you're secretly, subliminally on the left, you may not really know, because how would you know? Until you wake up, take the red pill and stuff. Sorry to say! Stop yelling! Sorry! It's the only thing I know how to do! What is racism really? Because a lot of people on the left would be like, you're racist! And I'm like, oh, what? Okay, you can see, okay. What does racist spell? The acronym. What does it spell? The 6 letters to racist are recognition, A, acceptance, C, confession, I, ignition, not Iggy Minaj, or what was that? Mickey Mouse or Mickey Minaj, what? Nicki Minaj? Iggy Agego, who's that other people? Who are the young people listening to nowadays? Oh, am I an old person? I'm not really an older person. I'm only 33, born in 85 in Oregon. Sometimes I feel like I'm a lot older than some of the younger people born after me. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's ignition. S is for secession. T is for thrust. What does that spell? Racist. Recognition. See the problems all around and within. You know that it rhymes with sin. Acceptance. Look in the mirror. See how it is. To see that the whole world is his. 'Tis the day. 'Tis the day to be jolly, huh? Oh, golly, oh my. Confession. Say sorry that your heart is black and that you really want to get back on track. Ignition. Hold on to what you love, as that is a form of a secession. Evolution, revolution. There ain't no coming back. Since he's around us, we got nothing to lose. What do you got to lose? That's what Donald Trump said. Like, what do you lose? And now the economy is rising in America, and that affects the whole world. It makes the whole world a little bit better in a lot of ways, but some people won't tell you that. But some people do know that. But if you don't know that, then maybe in 10 years from now, you'll be like, well, wow, you're right about that. But maybe you don't know. But I'm telling you, you got to know. You got to know what I'm talking about. If you doubt it, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a little bit wrong. Anyways, what was I saying? Thrust. You got the momentum on the rise, and a hell of a lot of acceleration in your eyes. Go, Power Ranger! Centuries around. Power Rangers go. Okay, better. Okay, what am I doing? Nope. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Post my Facebook. What am I doing? Okay. Copy. Paste. Questions. Ask Oatmeal. Okay. I'm gonna call this Ask Oatmeal Anything. Ask Oatmeal Anything. Hey, you can ask IJ. What? You're not IJ. You're just... Hey, that's just a phone. Is it? Just a phone? That's just a phone. What are you doing? I don't know. I thought it was more than that. I thought I was I-Justine. Why would he be I-Justine? What? Oh. Huh. Very interesting, huh? Huh. Ask Oatmeal anything. Bam bam ba da ba. Ba ba da ba bum bum. So anyways, if you don't know, I'm just a weirdo. Not really a weirdo. If you're not voting, then go to hell on our country. You know, stuff is going off the haze wagon. Hazel my wazel. What? My hair, my eyes are a little hazily. Hazel my lazel. Lego. You ain't got ego my Lego. Ego my Lego. Never, ever. Huh. Okay. Yep. Okay. Alright. Yep. What's happening? Okay. Let me pose to the Donald Trump Clown University Facebook group. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do right now. And but I'm thinking about what would I do if I was some of the characters in that television show about the, you know what, nursery rhymes and Little Red Riding Hood and Peter Pan and Snow White and all these other people, all interwoven into one little beautiful story. And I'm thinking, whoa, look at all this stuff happening all at the same time. I've been reading a book about the Bible and Disney, and then I was reading another book about the Bible and like Marxism. So yeah, people kind of believe in Marxism, socialism, communism, Stalinism, Maoism, Leninism, maybe Hitlerism, and maybe a few other things. And there's a lot of similarities. Well, people tend to say, hey, they're not exactly the same. Hey, boys, you like the jello? Hey, I'm Bill Cosby. What? You don't even sound like Bill Cosby. I'm from another dimension. I'm also Barney. You really? Yeah. Yeah, kids, well, see, Marxism is just another form of caring about the brothers and sisters. Yeah, but see, the problem with that is the brothers and sisters. What? Sorry, but I don't know if I can really care about everybody. But there's the brothers and sisters. Bill Cosby, calm down. Don't know if I have time. Hold on, what am I doing now? I don't really know if I should really learn how to do impersonations. I've heard some people say, oh no, impersonations is all the same. Is that funny? A little bit to me. A little bit funny. Let me think. Maybe I should just, what am I doing? Go to Gap. See what's happening in Gap. Gap. Hey, boys and boys. Well, you see, I used to sell jello to my gumpy zombie friends. I think you sound a little bit like somebody on The Simpsons. Stop making fun of me! Rah, 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 I'm your dead kitty pig! My dead kitty pig! Dance! Now you're making fun of me. That hurts. Well! You see, boys? Pizza will make you feel a lot better if you actually had something to live for. What? Really? Really? Anyways, question. What in the world is this? This is a website called Gab. Why would anybody go to Gab? Because some people can't go on Twitter.com. Twitter. What? What? Huh? How can people not be able to go to Twitter? I'm Bill Cosby. How can people not be able to go to Twitter? Because some people got shadow banned. What? Shadow banned? How in the world again? What? What? Hold on. What's happening? Hold on. Anyways, okay, this is Gab.ai. It's a little bit like Twitter.com, a little bit like Steam.com, a little bit like Minds.com. Obviously, they're all the same, but there's some similarities. Okay, let's see if there's any comments. Let's see. Yeah, the Catholic's nun gets judged too by Protestants who don't. No. Okay, I'm gonna click on the frog button because we love the frogs. Don't you love the frogs? Wow, we don't love the frogs. I'm Bill Cosby. Okay, Bill Cosby, you don't have to say your name every time. You're making me laugh, but I don't think it's supposed to be that funny. Where's my hat? Oh, I think I lost my... Mommy! What? Why is it hello to your mommy? What? You have a mommy? Some people don't have mommies, so that confuses some people and humiliates them. Yep. Oh no, terrible. What did I just see? Let's see. Antifa compared with the KKK. What do you think about that? What now? Bum boo boo ba da ba boo boo. What else is happening? Maybe I need to go to full screen. Maybe not. Hold on, let me think about this. Not big enough. A little bit better. Welcome to Gab. Welcome to Gab. Belling, can I? What's going on here? It's a little bit better. Let's see. Donald Trump. Okay. Not to mention too many in the MSN, alt media, trolls and bots teaming up to dismiss alarm all at the same time, coordinated. Something about Q. I live with the truth. Boo boo boo. Yes, well. Okay, Gavin. Denise D'Souza. New movie in August 2018. Destroying America or something. Something about the Democrats and how they're aligned with the globalists and socialism, but it's a terrible control freaks and stuff, historically speaking. Also with George Soros and Rothschild and a bunch of other big, terrible people. And if you look at it and do your own research, you know, you look it up, you can see what I'm talking about. Alright? Okay. Yep. Whoa, look at this. It was a cat surfing. Little boy. Oh no. It's a boy or is it a girl? I don't know. What's going on here? Let's see what else. Remember our veterans. Okay. What's this? rappers. What else is going on? What's this? Police. It's the police. What's going on here? What can I say? I don't know. What can you say? Let's see. White man can't understand what it's like to be under attack, says Lena Dunham. And then there's lots of people, lots of white men getting, attacked. They're under attack. But this woman says, well, it's not like men fight in wars and die, while women don't on average. On average, you understand what an average is. Yes, there are some exceptions to an average. You learn that in a math class. Anyways, there's a bunch of white men under attack. Under attack. Don't white man or under attack. I'm Bill Cosby. Oh, really? I didn't know you were Bill Cosby. You don't even sound like him. Hey, I do. I get a little older, but I can't keep my normal voice. Oh, okay, that's good for you. I could do this all day. Oh. I don't know what's happening. Let's go to another website. I'm going to go to Twitter. Let's see what's going on in Twitter. My glasses. I got glasses on my face. Anyways, I got a lot of ideas, and I've been making videos since I was about 10, and I go all over the place, and I want to do everything all at the same time, and then I end up doing nothing because I can't focus. Or maybe I can a little bit, but then I feel like I don't have enough time. But then I gotta make myself do one thing, or maybe another thing, even though I want to do everything, get everything done. Then in your life, you may not feel like you can do everything. Maybe you feel like it's not good enough, or that, maybe you don't know what to do, or maybe you do. Whether or not you do know or don't know what to do in your life and purpose and everything, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything at all. Regardless of whether or not you have something like an objective, a vision, you can see and you have a little bit of visualization, you can see and you can know, you can be like, hey, I want to do this one thing in my life, and I want to do this, want to go up, and I want to do this, or I want to do this thing, or I want to do that thing, and you could write it down, and it's okay, and like not to always be able to do it. And I know there's going to be a lot of failure, and it's going to feel terrible, and you're going to feel all these terrible feelings and emotions that come and go, kind of like a cold, kind of like a sickness, and they're all symbolic. All the things that happen in your life is very symbolic. It's very good to understand that, and that's why it's good to study the history of your life, and then you're able to study the history of the whole world, historical, global history. World history is a good thing to understand, but your own personal biography, your autobiography helps you, and that's why I spent so much time looking back at my life. And some people may say, hey, why are you doing that? And I'd be like, well, I really want to understand, what's going to happen, and I can make the world a little bit better if I understand what already happened, kind of thing. And I really got to say that again and again. If I said it again, if I said it before, I'll say it again. Man, I love being a turtle. Okay, this is my Twitter. And, yeah. This is, who's that girl? You probably know her. The beauty in the belly of the beast. That's her name. That's her pen name on YouTube. And I wrote an article on steemit.com about how to red pill people, about 3,000 followers on I was gonna say Steemit, but actually on Twitter. This is Twitter, and it's interesting. What's happening? What's trending? I Heart Country Fest? Huh. Huh. I'm gonna click on Tekken. See what's taken. What's being taken right now? It's official. Negan from The Walking Dead will join the roster of fighters in Tekken 7. Huh. So, So Negan is now a Tekken character. I wonder if it would be better if he was a Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter character. Now I was actually thinking Mortal Kombat when I was reading Tekken, and it took me like 3 seconds to realize it's not Mortal Kombat, it's Tekken or Tekken. I will find you and I will kill you. Liam Neeson, the master of Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars. All right. Yeah, he was in the Tekken movie. Oh, it's Tekken, not Tekken. Huh. Egg. You want, I think there's a bunch of chickens around here because of the exit. There's an exit. I see the egg. We're talking about that today. And then we're thinking about all these, like puns and, what do you call them? Puns and stuff? And the thing. Exactly. Yeah. Because of the eggs. The chickens lay the eggs. Exactly. Egg. Exactly. You see the eggs. That's really interesting. Speaking of eggs, it's a purple guy. It's funny. A little bit. Okay. That's happening. Yep. That's happening. Hey, I'm Bill Cosby. You're not Bill Cosby. You're Joey Arnold. What? Oh, really? Okay. This is my Twitter. Let's see. Alex Jones, an American tourist who was severely beaten in the streets of Barcelona by African migrants last week, has decided to speak up about his ordeal. That's good. Europe.infowars.com. Okie dokie. Mark Dice. Democrats have been openly colluding with Mexicans to influence our elections for decades. Lots and lots of decades. Probably like 100 years or more. What did he say?
They just came out with a poll. Did you hear? The most popular person in the history of the Republican Party is Trump. Can you believe this?
I think this was last night. Very interesting. What?
So I said,
what did you say?
Does that include Honest Abe Lincoln? You know, he was pretty good, right?
I don't know about that.
I said,
kinda, he was kinda good.
We would have a lot of fun. And say, he's not acting presidential. And I'd say, well, it's a lot easier to act presidential than to do what I do.
To do what I do. To do what I do! And get some work done! What? What did you say? Yeah, get a little bit of work done. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of work done, you know? Get things done. The economy is rising in America. And if you don't know that, it's too bad. It's too bad. I don't understand how people don't talk about what's happening. It makes me a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen of the state of Florida, thank you very much for being here.
Goodbye.
You are tremendous people.
Where's my hat?
And I will leave now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, fake president.
Thank you.
When, if you just talk nice like Obama, You look nice and people like you. Maybe some people like you because they don't know anything about what's actually happening. Because people don't want to read past the headlines.
No,
It's
but I
devastating.
said, I used to tell them all the time, the fake news, I'd say, I can be more presidential than any president in history.
But that would be boring.
Except for possibly Abe Lincoln
Honest,
with a big hat. I don't know.
Abraham Lincoln, who they
Abe was
killed,
great
and
president,
McKinley,
right?
who
What do you
once
think?
went to
He's
first
tough.
girl.
He's tough. I
A little
admit
bit.
it,
I
Abe
don't know
Lincoln
about
is
that.
tough.
A little bit tough.
But we love Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Abraham Lincoln, except, what did he do?
One of
Did he
these
make...
guys, when that poll
Didn't
came
Abraham
out,
Lincoln
most
make
popular,
government bigger?
and it was in the 90s.
Federal government?
And one of
Didn't
these
he do
guys
that?
is on
Oh,
television.
it's
You
a
know,
new
can't
history.
miss a word,
But he's a
can't
good
miss a word
example
ever.
in a
They see
way,
the poll. Oh my
especially
God,
for
oh my
some
God,
people who
look at this.
don't
Oh
know
my God.
everything.
Yeah, 7 more years. 7 more.
Yep. I mean,
7 more.
I don't know, but I mean, of course, that's what I want. A lot of people, most people want, because the country is more red than you
Oh
know.
my God.
Except in the biggest cities. The biggest cities are not really
We gotta find
America.
something. We gotta do anything to get him out. He's doing too well. This is not.
Hasn't been America because the Democrats took over the big cities. That's too bad. And that's why we have to take the big cities back and stuff. Don't have my red little hat. Here it is. Okay. My little trusty hat. So yeah. So put my jacket on like a Mr. Rogers. I still need to maybe watch that new documentary in 2018. Came out something about Donald Trump. No, did I say Donald Trump? I mean Mr. Rogers. Interesting character, I would say. Person, I say, more than a character. More than a fictional character. He's not fictional, he's a real person. Just like a lot of people. Not everybody, but some people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, some people are gonna vote. I'd say actually a lot of people are voting this year in 2018, not just 2020. You should vote. Yeah, you should vote. What am I doing? Third racist song. This is on YouTube. Trying to press play, nothing happened. It's delayed. Okay, so things are going a little bit slow. And, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's a little bit of delay and stuff. Audio delay, video delay and stuff. Technical difficulties. You can hear me sing a little bit in the background. When they call me racist. When they call me racist. And that's alright. But I'll try to survive. What it means. What it means. Hey boys and girls. Hey boys and girls. Hey boys and boys. Just kidding. I'm not Disney. Boys and girls. Let's. Okay, okie dokie. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm waiting. I did not plan this. So, it seems like it's getting harder to breathe, harder to think than in the past. Not because I'm getting older, but because the world is a little bit different. I say that because I actually believe that we can stop that, whatever is happening. But first you gotta recognize it, you gotta accept it. Like I said in the racist video, you gotta recognize and accept what's happening in the world. Some of the problems, some of it may come from you and me, other people, this person, that person, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And some of it from other people, other things, bigger things. Some of it might not be fixable, maybe. But at the same time, you don't really know. Don't really know. You could say that you know. You kind of know, that you feel like you know that like you can do this or you can do that, or like you may think you can do this thing or that thing, or nothing at all. And you could be like a fatalist. You can be a pacifist. You could feel like there's a whole lot of fate. F-A-T-E, fate. Let me write that down, since I can do that. I'm gonna write that down, even though I don't really need to. F-A-T-E, fate. And then there's the other word, destiny. And I just want to write that down and put it on the screen, because I feel like that's very, very important. You gotta recognize and accept and confess and ignite and succeed and thrust racist. That's what it stands for. R-A-C-I-S-T. Find out what it means to me and to the world, because they're gonna just throw these terms at you all the time, and it feels like you're just gonna become a robot and become nothing, just like in the Matrix and all these other things. I feel like you're just gonna fall off the planet. That's alright, because you can keep on going and become bigger and better. G.I. Joe's more than meets the eye. Transformers more than meets the eye, and you can do a lot better if you understand what's happening. There's an info war happening, and you can wake up and red pill people, and you can do stuff, and whatever I'm doing, I don't know if anything that I do is good enough, and I'm always telling myself I just want to do a little bit better every day and figure out how to do things a little bit better, and I got a lot on my plate. Yo, like oatmeal, a little bit of oatmeal on my plate, my daily bread, my daily oatmeal, the original oatmeal, the green oatmeal. And there's 4 things you gotta do in life. You gotta wait, but no, not wait. You gotta wait, but live life. You gotta listen, but love life. You gotta love, but love, and you gotta fight, but live love. You know, those 4 things. And you gotta wait and listen and love and fight. In other words, you gotta live life and love life and love and live love. Those are like the 4 secrets to life, the meaning of life. You know that love and the definition of the meaning of love. You know what love is. Love is divided between grace and justice, and a lot of times we get stuck on justice a little bit too much, and that's too bad, and that's unfortunate that we get stuck so much on the justice side of stuff, and we want to just revenge people, you know, seek revenge kind of thing, just like, you know, because we've been stabbed in the back, we've been screwed over, and we feel like we're entitled, entitled, and that we deserve stuff, or that, you know, bad stuff happen to good people kind of thing, that the good dies young, and oh God, why did that kind of thing. I mean, sometimes we kind of hide it and say that that's not really true, but then we kind of know. If you like think about it, you're stuck in a closet, and stuck inside yourself, stuck inside a place where you have to confess and realize what's really happening and everything, and every once in a while you take the time to look in the mirror and realize how you see the world really, when you're really honest and transparent enough to really get to the bottom of it. And when you get to the bottom of it, you recognize and accept to some extent, or totally, like absolutely to an extent, or totally, like you can if you want to, and then things can get a lot better. That's what they say in the 12-step programs. Like if you want to get off of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, like you're like you're an alcoholic, and go to AA meetings like my father, like my daddy-o, and other people, a lot of people, you know, go through these kinds of programs. And at the beginning of the program, they say the first thing you gotta do is admit the problem, and that's what this is all about in this acronym, racist. You gotta recognize and accept, and that helps you with your perspective. So you gotta live life instead of just like dying and stuff. You gotta do whatever you can, but then you should love life. You live life and then you love life, but then you gotta really love because you shouldn't just like love life just by itself, because you gotta like really get to the bottom what it really means, the principles, the foundation of all of it, what it's all about. And that's what it's all about. I put my right hand in, I put my right hand out, I put my left hand in, and check it all about. I do the hokey pokey and I turn myself around. That's what it's all about. I should start this video like talking a little bit faster like this. I kind of like when I do that, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Anyways, I'm just feeling like I just want to say this, sprout out my stuff. I just want to shout it out. Just wanted to say, you know, like, people feel a little bit like they can't make a difference, and that cripples a lot of people. Fear is a motivator in a way, but in a bad way, because a lot of people are on TV and they're telling us what to do by telling us, like, not to do anything, by saying that nothing happens, like, that nothing really matters, that, like, we can't make a difference and stuff, and we've been told all our lives, like, we can't make a difference, and not always directly, and it's difficult to know this, but if you take the time to look back at what they do to us, to you, to me, to anybody, you can see it clearly if you take the time to write it down and ask yourself, why are they doing that? Why are they doing this thing? Why are they doing that thing? And then you can get to the bottom of it, especially if you read more books about some of these things. What I'm talking about. I don't have a list of some books you can read right now, but do have some websites. You can go to Infowars.com. You can go there. You can go to DrudgeReport.com. You just go to my Steam it. Click on the links on the side of my Facebook if you're on my Facebook, or you know, you can go to Minds.com. Go to my Minds. Go to my Gab. Go to my Steam it. You can see some of the links, and I have a bunch of my favorite websites, and that's what you should do if you want. But then again, what are you gonna do? I'm a little bit scattered. I want to show you a little bit of what's on my Steemit. Okay, some of the articles. Let's see, this is the top of my Steemit account. My reputation is 55. It's 2018, August 5th. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a Sunday, 6:34 p.m. PST, LMS. Oatmeal, Joey Arnold. I'm just saying this in the middle of the video. My Steemit has a summary of some of the topics I talk about when I'm writing, when I'm making videos and everything. I like to talk about art, Bitcoin, comedy, education, entertainment, film, freedom, games, video games, board games, all kinds of different games, gardens, natural remedies, Hawaii, because I lived in Hawaii, health, history, music, Nintendo, Sony, Sega, Microsoft, Xbox, mostly Nintendo. Grew up mostly with Nintendo, Mario games. I'm from Oregon, grew up in Oregon. I like to talk about politics because that has to do with everybody. Because politics is a thing that can control and does control and go over everybody in the world to a large extent. It affects people, everybody. So everything is related to politics. So whenever somebody says, let's not talk about politics, that's very counterproductive and redundant and unrealistic and impossible in a lot of ways, because everything is related, everything is connected, and you can connect the dots and everything. I like to talk about principles and philosophy and sports. I like basketball and travel in America and Vietnam, because I lived in Vietnam, and probably a bunch of other things. I can show you a longer list of some of the things that I like to talk about on Minds.com. Minds.com/Joey Arnold VN. VN for Vietnam. And just want to show you just a little bit of it, because I think it's a little bit interesting. Okay, this is my mine's account profile. I use this picture. It's from like 2015 in Vietnam at the what's that called, the yellow sunflower coffee shop, tea shop near the 239 Park in District 1 of Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Oatmeal, Joey Arnold, InfoWars, not between right and left, but between up and down. Steam it, I'm writing. Steam it, you can make money on Steam it. Steam.com/@Joey Arnold VN. gab.ai/Joey Arnold VN. All my accounts, or a lot of my accounts and profiles online on social networks, anti-social networks like Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. Everything is Joey Arnold VN. Make America Great Again, MAGA. 70-76 over 1984. Alex Jones over Ben Shapiro. Bitcoin over dollars. Brexit over Big Brother. Decentralization over Rothschild. Free markets over monopolism. Individual over collectivism. Independence over slavery. Local farms over big pharma. Nationalism over globalism. Tommy Robinson over EU. UN tyranny. Trump over Soros. 1A, 2A, 4A over UN, EU, NWO. Also 9A and 10A. Different amendments, different, what do they call them? Like amendments? What was the other word for it? Before they call it an amendment, they call it something else originally. I don't remember. But basically, you know, the Constitution of America, there's different amendments. First Amendment, it's all about the freedom of speech, the freedom of, talking, which we got in America. We don't have it. They don't have it in Canada. They don't have it in Australia or New Zealand. Stefan Molyneux and Lawrence Southern were kicked out of a place in New Zealand just a few days ago. In 2018, they were kicked out, and that's too bad. And it happened in only about an hour. They were gonna speak, and like hundreds or thousands of people, lots and lots of people are coming in, flying in from around the world, go and see them speak. A lot of people are excited, and it's very, very interesting and fun. You can go look them up if you don't already know. But they sent out some emails just to the people that were coming and saying, okay, we're gonna meet here, and just in a few hours, and and it was gonna be a good thing. But then one of the head guys of the facility was like, no, we can't do this anymore. And he was really, really worried. Like, some people must have threatened him, this guy in New Zealand, and so they weren't able to do it, and that's very unfortunate. Tommy Robinson was talking, and they totally threw him in jail just for nothing. And he was thrown in jail in England, in the UK, in May 2018, just 2 months ago. And he was going to be there for 13 months and possibly killed. He just got out a few days ago in August 2018, but he almost didn't make it out. I'm a big fan of Cernovic and Crowder, Mark Dice, Not Drugs, InfoWars, Stefan Molyneux, Chuck Norris, QAnon, Lawrence Southern, Donald Trump, a bunch of other people too. I'm the follower. These are the kind of things that I'm all about. I'm like a athlete, artist, author, basketball player, blogger, brother, builder, camp counselor, carpenter, cartoonist, Christian, coach, comedian, designer, developer, doctor, English teacher, filmmaker, freelancer, gardener, instructor, man, musician, ninja, pastor, pirate, singer, son, student, teacher, tutor, video gamer, web designer, writer. Categories, topics, subjects, things I like to write about: action, anarchy, art, articles, basketball, biography, Bitcoin, brain, business, careers, cartoons, comedy, comics, community, creativity, cryptocurrency, dance, direction, discipline, drawings, education, entertainment, family, farms, feed, a news feed, film, food, freelance, funny, memes, gardens, geeks, GIF, memes, did I say memes? Let's see, guitar, health, history, how to, imagination, jokes, law, make America great again, MAGA, medicine, memes, movies, music, natural remedies, nerds, networks, news, Nintendo, piano, politics, powers, psychology, random, red pill, RPG, science, sports, Star Trek, Star Wars, strategy, technology, television, TV, entertainment, travel, video games, websites, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Battletoads, boop boop. I'm for the freedoms, the rights, the liberties, the free will, the liberties, choices, decisions, I'm for the freedom of religion, press, speech, 1A, private property, the right to bear arms, 2A, privacy, stem cells, our own bodies, less taxes, smaller government, as the rights come from God, who is Jesus Christ, our Creator, Savior, Sustainer, and freedom does not come from humans but from God, so it's not supposed to be regulated and centralized by government. So we gotta make it smaller, and so people gotta talk about and stuff. Talk about like what in the world is geoengineering? What's going on with that? I'm all for family first, local communities, friends, and state, country priorities. It's not racist. It's a priority. It's a preference. Not racism. It's a priority. Systematically, a philosophy is a way of life. Whether or not you want to call it racist or bad or something or whatever, good or bad, like it's kind of your freedom to express yourself the way that you want to express yourself, as long as you're not hurting other people. Maybe, if you want to do what you want to do, why not be able to do what you want to do? Isn't that what freedom is all about? Whenever people say, well, I believe in freedom, but you can't do that! And I'm like, but I thought you said you believe in freedom for me. Yes, you should have freedom. So, can I do that? No, that's racist! But I really want to do that. No, that's racist! What? But I really want to do that one thing. No, that's racist! That's hate speech, that's unsafe. Diamond and Silk were declared by Facebook as unsafe. Like, very bad! On Facebook! They have millions and millions and millions and millions of people that like to watch them. Not like me. Maybe not. I don't know. Forget about me. Whether or not I am or am not. Whatever I may or may not be. Diamond and Silk are very, very popular. But this year in 2018, just a few months ago, some people were on TV, because they were being like questioned by Congress, and they were also asking questions to Diamond and Silk, and one guy was like, I think you're making a lot of money. You're making a lot of money on Facebook. But they were not making money, so it's not true. And even if they were, is making money a bad thing? What kind of world do we want to live in? Do we want to live in a 1984 kind of thing? Do we want to have the freedom to be able to do what we want to do? And who decides what is racist and what is not racist? You? Or me? This person? That person? Oh, everybody? But it's not really everybody deciding. Some people will make that argument and say, well, the society decides what is good and bad. The culture decides what is good and bad. Collectively, they just kind of connect their thoughts telepathically. We just know culturally in our group, in our country, in this area, our religion, our culture, our this thing, that thing, fill in the blank, whatever you want to say. People tend to kind of say that argument is repeated again and again. Some people told me that, especially like in Vietnam. Vietnam people said that again and again, and I've heard people say that in America and probably other countries too. You probably heard this, and they will say, people will say, well, the country, the culture will decide what is right and wrong, what is good or bad, what is acceptable. But how does that even happen? Does everybody in the culture get together every Monday morning to decide what is acceptable or not? And you were not invited. You were the only one not invited. Is that what happened? You know what I'm saying? Is that what happened? The truth of the matter is that people on the top are the ones telling everybody at the bottom what to think and stuff. In a lot of places around the world historically, there's been a lot of centralization where the people at the top can tell people what to do. The answer to that, if you want the world to be a better place, the only thing that works better than anything else that has been proven to work a lot of times in a lot of countries for the last like 200 years or so is free market capitalism. Free market capitalism. Not any other forms of crony capitalism and state managed, centralized, federalized capitalism. The fake, bad, evil, fake, not real, fake news, not totally genuine, not 100% capitalism. Not talking about that. Not talking about that. Whenever you're having a conversation, you got to make sure that you have the right terms, the same words and everything as the other people that you're talking to. A lot of times you don't. You say one word, the other person says the same word, but you guys are on the same, not the same, no, you're not the same planet. Men are from Mars and women are hotter, so they're obviously from Venus. And we meet together on Earth. I'm Joey Arnold. I'm going back to reading my my minds.com account. What's on the screen right now? I'm Joey Arnold. Here, I'm gonna highlight it. I'm the original Oregon Oatmeal. Born 1985, February 11 on a Monday. My father was Peter Marinus. No, not my father. My grandpa was Peter Marinus Rasp. So he was born. My dad's dad was born in Amsterdam, Netherlands, in about 1906. April 14 or so. I'm from Forest Grove, born in Forest Grove, Oregon, USA. For local communities, I've been involved with the Salvation Army, Waterlight Bible Institute, Appalachian Bible Colleges, Revolution Hawaii. Was an English teacher. I was an English teacher in Vietnam from 2012 to 2017. Was a camp counselor at some camps with the Salvation Army and a Word of Life at some camps in Oregon, California, New York. Was landscaper, dishwasher, housekeeper, gardener, carpenter, baker, food preps, maybe a few other things. Education, Mount Hood Community College, 2010, Portland Community College, 2009, Revolution, Hawaii, 2007, 2008, Appalachian Public College, 2006, 2007, Waterlight Bible Institute, 2004 to 2006, Forest Grove High School, 2000 2004, homeschool. Before that, I was homeschooled, and I'm using Ubuntu Mate. There's a different operating systems, different Linux operating systems. I have used a little bit of Apple and Windows operating systems, but now I just use Linux operating system, OS, Ubuntu operating systems, mostly Ubuntu Mate. Now, family tree. Some of my family ancestry, last names, tree, heritage, history, wiki tree includes the following last names, family names, surnames: Arnold, Bailey, Cunningham, Henderson, Hocking, Hunter, Pickell, Pickett, Missile, McDonald, Morehead, Rasp, Smith, Vanderbilt, Williams. Ethnicities, nationalities, race: American, Asian, British. Not really Asian. I just say that because I was living in Vietnam. Okay, so British, California, Canadian. Not really Canadian, except for like my grandpa was living there for a few years, and also on my mother's side, some of my mother's ancestors were living there probably longer than that, more than a few years maybe, and some of them still do. So I might kind of be Canadian in some ways, and Dutch, German, Irish, New Yorker, Oregonian, Scottish, Vietnamese residents. I've visited and lived in America, Astoria, Bucking, Vietnam, Beaverton, Boring, Oregon, for Camp Kuratli of the Salvation Army. It's a Salvation Army camp in Boring, Oregon. Bradley, California, Cambodia, Canada, Cornelius, Domnai, Forest Grove, Gold Hill, Gresham, Hanoi, Hawaii, Hillsborough, Mohabit, Ho Chi Minh City, Honolulu, Idaho, Long Beach, Los Angeles, Manoa, New Jersey, New York City, Oregon, Portland, Quebec, Orlsburg, Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, San Francisco, San Jose, Scotts Valley, near San Jose, Seaside, Seattle, Shelton, South Carolina, Vancouver, Vietnam, Warrington, Washington State, West Virginia, Yamhill, probably other places. And yeah, that's just my introduction. Just decided to put that in there. And here is my blog on stima.com. Portland Paradox. That's the last article I wrote. Wrote this yesterday. Probably need to start typing in a new article. I read a new article every day. Unite America First is live in Portland, Oregon. You can see the posters all over the city written by the left, encouraging, demanding funds. Others are live streaming onto the anti-social networks like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and others. Really interesting. Here are some videos. This is from yesterday. In my former home, Portland, Oregon. Control Freak Media? On the Control Freak news on television, on your computer, all over the internet. To punch a Nazi and it's good. You gotta get the right. Who is a Nazi? Nazi is anybody who is not on the left. Says left. The left is left with nothing left. Oregon native. I'm from Oregon. Lived in Portland for 3 years from 2008 to 2011, and I'm sad for the zombies. The good news is that there are new patriots awakening, getting a red pill. They stay. We need to continue to red pill people. Stop geo-engineering. Plant more gardens. Run away from big pharma. Become more independent. Share news by hand more. Make the world greener with one oatmeal at a time. Portland Paradox by Oatmeal, Joey Arnold. Oatmeal, Joey Arnold. Biography of Emily. Videos, websites, work. Articles. Social networks. You can find me. You can find Oatmeal, Joey Arnold on Facebook, Gap, Minds, Twitter, YouTube, and other places. Support me. Go find me. Click here. Videos. Scott Adams meeting President Donald Trump. Who is Scott Adams? He's the founder, the creator of a cartoon comic called Dilbert. It's a dog. It's a white dog. You can see him behind his arm. One of his arms is what is it? His left arm is Dilbert, the dog with glasses. Owen Troyer in this video, Portland, published yesterday, the 4th. This is Stefan Molyneux and Lauren Southern getting kicked out of New Zealand. You can find more about me. Click here. Banned memes. Hitler a dog. Tommy Robinson getting thrown in jail. This is him after he got out, talking about it, talking about what they did to Mr. Tucker. Here's a movie review on this movie about America and history. Here are some of the things I read about. You can click here on different things I've already talked about earlier in this video. Some of the news and some of the articles I wrote all these articles here. Something about America. What would happen if we're borderless like Europe? If America became Europe, then we would totally fall apart, just like Europe fell apart. Just like how Rome fell. Rome fell because they lost their borders. It's too bad. Too bad, baby. Woo, 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 ow, ow. Let's see. I wrote something about Brexit, censorship, farmlands, ending Cold War, geoengineering, globalism, GMO, PMO, hostage, Korea, rebels, red pill, religion, revolution like this, Russia, Sharia, Space Force, stroke, We Are Tom Robinson, WikiLeaks. This is, who is this? Lisa Heaven. Something about Portland. Here is, who's her name? Talking about that person. Huh. That's what I wrote. Okay, that's interesting. Ooh, my glasses are heavy. Heavy, that's heavy, man. Yep. Let's see. Drummer Joey. I'll show you this article. I was only 3 years old in that one picture back in 1988. In 88, I was 3 years old. You can see me singing, dancing, and drumming away like the little drummer boy in that Christmas song. Oh, rip-a-bum-bum, my little heart is there, oh, rip-a-bum-bum. You can see me here in my parents' bathroom in the house I grew up in Oregon. I was singing the melody of the songs even before I could sing them, even before I could talk well, since I couldn't talk well until I was like about 10 years old or so, because I couldn't hear well until then. Sudden flashes of inspiration. Out of nowhere one day I started playing the drums. I didn't have a real drum set. Found some buckets, or just one bucket, to beat on some babies, beat on pants. Not me! Give me buckets or give me death. This is the story of my life. Go with your gut, get a feeling, align it with eternal principles, and go with it. Go with it. So here's a picture of me. View image. There's me. You can zoom in. Nope, hold on. Again, zooming in. There's the bathroom. There's me, 3 years old or so. Yeah, interesting, huh? What do you think? What do we think? Interesting, huh? Very interesting. And we'll go back to the article. Family photo, 1988. I remember walking with my family to do this photo shoot, this family portrait professionally. We probably rode the bus. I don't remember that part, but do remember walking down a suburb street, aka a residential area, from like our library, our fire department, the Pacific University, towards the First Baptist Church of Forest Grove, Oregon. We probably had our pictures taken at that church or around the area. Had like a toy, a binocular or something I was holding as we were walking to take our pictures when I was about 3 years old. So this is a siblings reunion. This is the picture we took around that time. There's me with the glasses, my older sister Katie, my brother Ricky, drummer Joey, by Oatmeal, Joey Arnold. Bum 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 bum. You can listen to it a little bit. Whoa, look at that. Who's that woman? Then I got copyrighted. Like Ozawal got torn up. YouTube tore me up because of copyright infringement or something like that. Didn't go back to respond to it fast enough in October 2017. They come at you. They come to thousands and thousands of people. Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. They've been attacking thousands of people, shadow banning people, deactivating people, terminating people, deleting stuff, censoring people unfairly, and then doing things differently to people on the left, letting people on the left do anything they want. Like you can say bad things, you can have nudity, you can have anything you want. All these terrible things that you would think wouldn't be allowed on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and these big social networks, these big anti-social networks. They allow almost anything, like literally anything. Hate speech, unsafe stuff, terrorism, all these kinds of things. If you're on the left, if you don't go against the left specifically, but if you're a little independent, if you're a little bit like Kanye West, if you're the red pill black Candace Owens, if you're any of those radical people, or not even radical, just thinking outside the box, thinking for yourself, asking some questions like Scott Adams of Dilbert, if you're doing a little bit of digging and trying to figure things out and getting some followers and getting bigger and bigger, they terminate you. And that's why people are going to Gap, like lots and lots of people. Like this the other day, a lot of people from some places in Africa, some countries in Africa, I think maybe Kenya, they started going to Gap, and also to mines.com and steam it. A bunch of people are coming here like about a month ago or so. Like a bunch of people from Brazil started going to Gap. That's good. From Facebook, there's a lot of migration. A lot of people are leaving. That's why the stocks and everything is going down, and that's why Facebook is dying. Even though I'm still posting on Facebook, because I know a lot of people are still on Facebook, and a lot of people don't even know. That's the tough thing, is that a lot of people don't really know. They don't really like understand what you're talking about, and so it's difficult to talk about what's happening, and it's a little bit frustrating, and sometimes you have to tell yourself not to argue a little bit too hard or a little bit too much around people who just don't really want to know what's really happening until they're ready, and you shouldn't really say never say never about anybody. There could be hope, maybe, but at the same time, don't waste your time. Well, you can, but you probably shouldn't, with people who are not really listening to what you're talking about. That's my advice. Family reunion, 1988. My first time to Seattle was during this reunion. This photo was taken on Sunday, the 31st of July, 88. This was 30 years ago. Believe it or not, I've revisited this trip in my mind many times. I remember this during my life. We probably began our trip on Friday, the 29th, from our house in Oregon. Pretty exciting road trip for me. Road trip to Seattle. I was about 3 years old in 88. We went from Oregon to Seattle. We got in Aunt Karen's car. That's my mom's sister, and drove to Seattle. Karen is my mom's sister. Her family probably didn't come, as they're not seen in this photo below. But my family were me, Katie, Ricky, Mom. Crystal wasn't born until 2 years later in 1990, and Dad was probably working, drinking, or maybe both. Maybe he wasn't a fighter or didn't want to go. Overpass bridges while in the car to Seattle. I remember seeing highways, bridges as we passed through Beaverton, Portland, in Oregon, on our way towards Seattle in Washington State. The trip takes a few hours, and it was the first time seeing so many bridges, cars, highways. And that's probably why I still remember it. Giant swimming pool at that time. I remember going into the pool with the help of my grandma, and Pickell, my mom's mom, and others. They held me up in the pool. There was a giant pool ball size of my whole body at that time. We played this and sang the Ring Around the Rosie game and song. Piano. There was like a big piano, a big windows, gardens in a house somewhere, and there was another place with many steps, like an outside theater, an arena, or maybe it was something else. It might have been this you see in that picture. These might have been the steps from the Woodland Parks in Seattle. Other people in this photo may include the following: Aaron, Aviva, Jackie, Greg, from Irene, Pickell, the sister of my mom's mom, continuing Mike, Garrick, Ted, Pickett, Karen Williams, my mom's sister, John, Pickett, Sean or Jean, she, Merle, Pickett, and then our family, Ricky, Katie, Joey, that's me, Marilyn, Kathleen, Morehead, or Michelle, was Arnold, and Cunningham, and Hunter, and my mom's mom, and Natha Maud Pickett, formerly Pickell. What does that say? 1903 to 1999. That's 1992. I mean, that's how long she lived. She lived from 1903 to 92. That's my mom's mom, I think. So this is the picture. You can see me. I'm in the yellow shirt and there's a bunch of other people, like I said, those other names. My family, and some articles about some of my family, and those are the names of the people in the picture. Here's another picture of me and a dog. I don't remember exactly who the dog is. This is probably 88, when I was about 3, and I'm wearing a Cookie Monster shirt. And here's another time I'm learning to ride a bike. No, not a bike, a horse. It's a horse, of course. And this guy, who's that guy? I forget. It's during like a picnic. We had a picnic outside, kind of like what we had today. And this is what happened. This is what happened in 1988. It's a pretty good review. And yeah. You know, making a video and everything makes me a little bit hot. Oh, I have to take off my jacket. I'm taking off my clothes. I have to drink more water. This is difficult. You know, making a video is a little harder than you think, right? There's been so many times where I felt like I should have been recording myself, but then when I actually do record myself, I'm like unable to speak. Even right now, I'm like unable fully, not totally, but completely. You know, and I feel like, because you think about it in your head, like what you want to say, like you want to make a video, you want to do something incredible, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do that thing, and when you actually go and do it, it's like it may not actually be everything you wanted it to be. Thinking about showing you some of my pictures that I collect. I collect some pictures, some screenshots. You know, I click on a button on my computer, on my laptop, and I save my screen. Then I can remember, what did I do? What did I do Monday? What did I do on Tuesday? What did I do on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, East day, this day, that day, East hour, or whenever I'm on a computer, which is a lot. And sometimes I include other pictures if I have a camera or phone, or videos I'm making, and I include that in my collection for each week. And then every week on Monday I upload the videos, and also the pictures, everything from the whole week, from the last 7 days. Every Monday. I've been doing this for the past like a few months, since early in 2018. Early in January I started doing this. Before that I was trying to do it every day, but then some days I couldn't really do it if I couldn't go online, or if I was busy or forgot, didn't want to do it, or busy most of the time, like stuff. So then I decided, it's gonna be easier to just do it once a week, kind of thing. So I'm gonna show you what I got for this week, and it might take a little bit of some time, maybe. I think it's interesting to study history, and if you understand yourself and learn your own history, then you can be a better judge of your own life. I mean, and not only your life, but other people, and world history, current events, and onto the future, what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, and we can't know everything, or stop everything, or fix everything, but we can at least try, right? I mean, why not try? Why not use everything to the best of our abilities, which includes philosophy, principles, perspective, history, a lot of things. So this is actually, believe it or not, this is a screenshot. There's a guy named Jordan Winslow on my Facebook and on Steam. He says, they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. Perhaps our problem is not with the power, but with uneven distribution. Didn't Obama talk about that? Who distributes power? I'd say we do, but that's not really true. You're born with a set amount of power, and you increase or decrease it with actions. But some people start with so much more. That's kind of what people say about Steam It too. Like, oh, some people have a lot of money on Steam and stuff, and I'll never have I'll never become a big fish. I'll never become a shark or a whale on Steam.com, or I'll never be a rich person in my life. I'll never become Donald Trump. I'll never become a Rothschild or Rockefeller or Oprah. I'll never have a lot of money like Bill Gates. And some people will kind of say, yeah, I'll never have a lot of money. I'll never have a lot of money. And here's my response to Jordan today. How often do rich people become very, very poor? Do wealthy people become poor? Do they lose their money ever? Sorry. Do they ever do that? Do they ever become bankrupt? Well, statistically speaking, over 90% of the time, every third generation loses their money. Like 90% of the rich people become poor by the third generation of their family, and it's about 70% every 2 generations. Statistically speaking, that's kind of what we see historically, globally. If you look at a lot of people with a lot of money, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, most of them lose their money after a while, after a few generations, 2 or 3 generations, most of them, and only a small percent of them kind of keep it longer than that. Maybe some of them keep it for 4 or 5 generations, and then they lose it. So it may actually be down to like 99% of them lose it after 5 to 10 generations, and only a few have kept it for like more than 10 generations consecutively, whatever. But that basically tells you there's a little bit of hope, and that there's a lot of danger even if you win the lottery. A lot of people win the lottery and then they end up like broke or homeless, and there's they have the government, you have the mafia, and you have all these different kinds of people, government and not government, and people that control the government, all these kind of things. All these different kinds of people going after you for a lot of different things. It's happening all the time, and people don't know how to handle money and stuff in life, and they become overwhelmed. People have a dream of winning the lottery all the time, and it becomes a little bit unrealistic for people to maintain. I'm gonna go onto my Facebook to see if there's anything on it that I cannot see from here. Sometimes I get comments and I don't even know that I'm getting comments because it doesn't tell me until later on. Because on the one page where I post a video, I don't see it, and then I have to go to another page, then I see it. You are home. Yes, I am. It says Donald. Okay, I'm gonna click on friend request and show you. Let's see, friend request from Lorenda Assis Gomes. Here's some links on my Facebook on the side above my portraits, above my albums, photo albums. My Facebook is on some kind of pirate theme. Let's see, what does this say? I don't know who this person is. Or do I? Maybe I forgot. Interesting. 1,900 friends. I will probably accept your friend request if you have a lot of friends, and if your posts are public. I want to make sure that my friends are the best, and I think those are the kind of criteria that I have. It's kind of like letting people into my country, because I can only let 5,000 people be my friend, and that goes out quickly. So I accept this person for now. Then I go to this person, then I find a place where I can comment, and I click on add me. Whoa. Click scroll a message. Scroll a message. I can't see. Add me. Nope. Capital letters. I don't know about that. I only showed you one picture. One screenshot so far, and now I'm already distracted. Getting distracted already. Okay, I'm spending a little bit too much time looking at different people, trying to figure out who's who. And I've been doing this for a very long time. You can call me a scoutmaster, no, like a talent scout. Kind of do that a little bit. If you're looking around at a lot of people and you figure out what they're good at and you help connect them to people that can use them, like other employers that can hire them, then you are a talent scout. I'm a talent scout. You can be a talent scout too. Anybody can. You don't really have to be paid. But then again, you probably should be paid. But it's better to be a freelance scout, not a Boy Scout. Because do you want to be a Boy Scout if they don't really care if you're a man or a woman, or if you're a woman that says you're a man, or you're a man that says you're a woman, and they say, well, yeah, we don't care. I don't know about that. What do they talk about? What are the Boy Scouts doing now? They changed their name to Scouts. They can't call it Boy Scouts anymore because that would offend some people who are kind of like boys, but they're not boys. But they say they're boys, or maybe they're a woman, or maybe they're a girl stuck in a boy's body, or a boy stuck in a girl's body. They're a little bit confused, and they say, well, yeah, we can't offend. We can't offend people. Okay. I'm a little fat in my video. I'm a little fat. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my screenshot. This is a photo of what's going on here? Why do they do this? How do I what's going on here? Very weird. Drawers, he go. See, here's some of the comments from some people to my mom in 2007. This is a reunion, a get-together of some alumni of Revolution Hawaii. You can see Jeff Walters and some other people, Rob Nolan, Fulton Hawk, a bunch of other people. Some of these people I know because I was in Revolution Hawaii in 07, 08. It's a very interesting team. This is the 17-18 team saying goodbye. So that looks interesting. It looks pretty good. Pretty exciting. is one of the Facebooks I made. It's called Living Jesus. There's a picture of me at this Agape Church of Christ back in 2010. This is my account on hi-fi.com, and also tag.com was very similar. Those two websites were almost the same website. And it's kind of like Facebook in some ways. Ram Reflection is another Facebook I had, or I've had over the years. Eric Coble. Jill Mill. Donald Trump. Maybe I should go the other way, because I'm going backwards. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? Ah, what did I? Small wonder is all grown up. Melania Trump. What? You saying that she's a robot? Here is, what's her name? Emma in Once Upon a Time, getting the sword to help her, her love, Captain Hook. Spoiler! I wonder if I can take off the image collection. F9, F9, F9. Donald Trump holding a MAGA rally in Tampa, Florida. A lot of people show up. Very exciting. Me, older sister Katie, my mom. This is one of my Bill.
Time. There is a God. He stopped my heart. Once we get it, my heart will start again.
Hades can take our baby.
Must have accidentally pressed the wrong button. The video started. So my mom married Bill Cunningham, and then he died in 2011 or 12. Probably 11. And then my mom married again, remarried, and now she's doing better. So, and then her sister Karen in the background. Oh, my mom got married to this guy in 2009. Married Bill, and we went and saw her get married, and I walked her up the aisle so that she can get married in 2009, like in November or so. Here's Bob Ross painting some chemtrails, some geoengineering stuff that goes into the air and goes into everything and makes, basically it blocks the sunlight, so you get less solar power, and you get a lot of terrible things happening. A lot of the problems happening in the world, like related to climate change and global warming, is related to stuff that governments and big corporations are doing to the earth to create the problems. This is who's that woman in the story of the Wizard of Oz? Not Snow White. The girl with the glass slippers. Who is that woman? No, I want to say Heather. No, not Heather. Dorothy. and The Wicked Witch of the West or East, probably West. I had one of these DVD VCR combo. RAM reflection. Download your information. You can download your information of Facebook in case you want it, or in case Facebook deletes everything that you have, terminates your account without telling you, which they've done to me all the time. A few times. Facebook did it, Twitter did it, YouTube did it. I'll say it again. I'll say it again and again and again. And I'm not the only one with the problem, so it can happen to you if it hasn't happened yet. It's harder to eat the needed amount of garlic, oranges, or anything really. You know, whenever the soil is too depleted, when GMO is added, when, you know, chemicals spray in the chemtrails, you know, mutation is added, and especially more importantly when they take stuff out of the food, out of the soil, when the food is less organic, less wholesome, less complete, less, you know, and everything, you know, and then supplements can help in those cases, perhaps, but it's better just to eat the whole entire fruit, the whole entire vegetable, and other foods too. I try to eat from my own gardens as much as I can. Hitler's definition of socialism might have been closer to free markets and individual, according to this quote that I have. I don't know how well, because obviously you could say Hitler had some problems, but when you compare him to communism, socialism, and the hundreds of millions of people that communism and socialism has been killing in China and Korea and Cuba and Venezuela and the USSR, not Russia, but USSR. Russia is no longer the USSR, but it had that thing, this thing that we're talking about right now, and a lot of people died in the last 100 years or so, like hundreds of millions of people, because of not because of Hitler. He killed some people, and his, you know, Nazis and all that kind of stuff. You could talk about that, but why not talk about something that's even bigger? And they're not going to tell you that, right? In history and in school, a lot of schools, they're not going to tell you, hey, let's look at the bigger thing, just look at the numbers, Anybody gonna ever ask you, you know, hey, let's talk about Adolf Hitler, and he's a bad person. I got banned off Facebook for about a week because I posted a picture of Hitler. Just a picture. And Facebook said that's bad, you can't do that. I might actually get banned again just because of this live stream. Because they have a lot of AI, artificial intelligence. They have the algorithm. They have, you know, the programs, the apps, you know, basically they have the things inside the computers, inside Facebook. They can decide which words to ban. And they do this all the time with a lot of videos, a lot of photos, a lot of different things on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. A lot of these big websites, these anti-social networks, they do this especially with the bigger people, and not so much with the smaller people. But as soon as you start to get bigger and bigger, and you have a lot of followers, like hundreds of thousands of followers, then they start to do that to you. So you may not know this, what I'm talking about right now. If you're listening right now, you may not know, and you could say, what is Joey Arnold talking about? Obviously, I'm not the only person that's talking about it, but you may be listening and you may be thinking, I don't know what he's talking about. But if you have a lot of people that follow you, listen to you, then Facebook starts to do that to you. All this stuff that I'm talking about, shadow banning, and they won't let you make any money. If you know, you especially on YouTube, you can't make money with the AdSense revenue. You know, can't do it. They don't let you. if you're independent. Not only conservatives are shadow banned. Also, anybody who's outside the box, anybody who wants to ask questions like, why did 3 buildings fall, but there's only 2 airplanes in New York in 9/11, for example, that's just one question. And I'm not telling you what happened. It's not my story, as Lionel Nason says. People say this again and again and again. These are questions. Why are we not thinking? Why are we not attacking? Make a list and go door to door, to just go around to the people and say, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about it? What about this? What about that? Here's a picture of Katie and somebody from Sesame Street. Oh, my heroes punched Nazis. Gary Pickett. Ah, my precious soul. Communism, socialism. The CEO of Twitter, Jack, letting the progressives out, but not the conservatives. They're settled bend. This is a Ben Garrison cartoon. Have you accepted the state as your Lord and Savior? Something about Nazism, state control of education, media, press, money launderers and profiteers punished by death. Seizure of land without compensation, something that's happening right now in South Africa. For more information, look up Lauren Southern and her documentary movie that came out in 2018, Farmlands by Lauren Southern. She talks about, you know, how the government takes the land from the white farmers without compensation in South Africa. It's been happening for years and many years, but it's happening more and more in the last few years in South Africa. Very, very bad. Lots of people getting murdered in South Africa. A lot of people dying every day in Europe. Europe is being taken over right now. So anyways, back to the picture you see in the background. State control of banks and industries, and state control of religious expression. Oh, look, a picture of Abraham Lincoln and Donald Trump stuck together. Huh. Another friend request. Let's see, you gotta have more than 1,000 friends or cannot accept you. I think I'm gonna skip. Kinda wanna say yes, I kinda wanna say no. What's that Justin Bieber song? My heart says yes, but my body says no. Wait, no, is that really a song? I think I just made that up. I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, what do you mean when I wanna say yes, but I really say no? How does it go again? What do you mean? Whoa, what do you mean? Oh, I wanna say yes. Do I really want to say yes? Or what's going on here? Ow! What is going on here? What is going on? Let's see if I can post this video in another place. That's my goal right now. Okay, copy. Ask Oatmeal any boo 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 boo. Okay, as Joey and I bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Why is the road so ugly? What? Is it really ugly? A little bit. Really? I don't know. Huh. Interesting, huh? I apologize for a slow computer. Elvis has left the building. Ah, thank They left the building, man. Oh, really? Maybe? Huh. Bum 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 bum. Hmm. I got an idea. How about I do this? Whenever wanna poo, you can look up. Whenever people go down, you can do. Or whenever you are down, you can take it. When the world gets you down, you can take it. When the world gets around, you can take it. When the world is all around, you can take it. When your world is getting you down, you can take it. When you don't know what's happening, you can... When the going gets tough, you can fight it. When the going gets tough, you can light it. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, what you gonna do? Are you gonna start slowing down? Slowing down. Do you know what is happening? Do you know what's happening? Hey, you know what's happening? Hey, do you know? Do you know what? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know it all? Do you know? No, no. Hey, hey. Do you know? No, no. Do you know? Do you know? No, no. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? No, no. Do you know what's happening? Do you see what's happening? Do you see it? Do you believe it? Do you know it at all? Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? No, 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 no. Oh, okay. I'm not talking because I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm actually trying to make stuff happen, but sometimes it takes a lot of time to get things to happen, to make things happen. You gotta put in the time, put in the effort if you really want to build something, build an empire, regardless of whether or not it's selfish. If you really, really believe in it, why not do it? Even if there's some doubt in what you're going after, you can still go after it. You still have room for doubt and self-discovery and constructive criticism from yourself, from other people, from everything, all the time. Not all the time, but as much as possible. And maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe my picture is too big. My face. Maybe my face is too big. I don't know. Let me think about that. So, yeah, earlier in this video I had Bill Cosby on. What? Bill Cosby's back? Hey! I told you not to talk about me anymore. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It was really funny in the beginning of the video. I'm gonna try to go over some of the screenshots that I have on my desktop for this week. This is a new movie coming out. It's out right now. You can watch it. Something about destroying America, how the Democrats are destroying America, trying to happen. You know, the globalists, the socialists, the communists, all these kinds of people coming together a little bit, taking over the world, trying to take over the world for many centuries. And this movie exposes a lot of it, some of it. And there's other documentaries that talk about other people, other groups, governments, bad government. You know, the swamp. We got to drain the swamp and destroy the corruption that you find in the Rothschild and George Soros and the Clinton crime family and a bunch of other people. You probably heard this before. If you have, you can get tired of it. Like Lionel Nason, like, you know, you can watch Fox News and you can watch Sean Hannity, for example, say the same thing over and over again, and that's kind of why I don't watch it all the time. Maybe once in a while, once a month, once a year. I might watch a few minutes here and there, but there is a lot of repetition, and some people kind of like the repetition on Fox or CNN. Fake news, CNN. Fox is a little bit better, but they're still controlled and managed by the same people that manage CNN. If you follow the money, Big Pharma, if you look at who's advertising in the commercials in Fox and CNN and whatever else they have on corporate media, on cable, satellite, on TV, just follow the money. You can figure out who really controls them directly and indirectly, who controls Facebook, you know, social media, anti-social media, and the control freak media, and education, and Hollywood, all these different things. Just follow the money, make a list, ask other people, hey, why are all the commercials about drugs and stuff? That's just one question. Make a list of questions to red pill people if you're already red pilled. If you're not red pilled, you're probably going to say to yourself, what's this oatmeal guy talking about? Yeah. It takes a while to be red pilled, and then you have people who are kind of red pilled because they're like watching Fox News, but they're not totally there yet. And that's the confusing part. Is not so much your enemy, but the people kind of in the middle, because they're kind of there and not there at the same time. And that's the most hardest thing, because like you can know for sure that people totally on the extreme left is not on your side, but then you kind of have people who are like Rhino. Republicans. Why is the screen black? What's going on here? I don't know what's happening. I'm a little sad now. I don't know what's happening. Rhino. Republicans. Why is the screen black? What's going on here? I don't know what's happening. I'm a little sad now. I don't know what's happening. Weird, I'm listening to myself. I'm watching a video of myself. I don't know if I can handle this. Republicans. Why is the screen black? What's going on here? I don't know what's happening. Weird. I'm a little sad now. Weird, I'm listening to myself. Yep, you are. I'm watching a video of myself. Well, you are? What are you doing? I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if you can handle this. Can you handle this? What are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? Huh. What's your name? Oops, I just stopped it. Oops, sorry. I just ended it. I ended it. Okay. Let me go back to some of the videos that I got. I mean, some of the pictures and screenshots. Okay, there's an evil dark one in Once Upon a Time. Oh, Joel. Terminated. Copyright infringement. Not really. But that's what they say. Be the woman hitting a Nazi in the head with a handbag you wish to see in the world. That was a poster in Portland, Oregon. This is what they encourage. The people on the left encourage violence. And then they say, oh, that's coming from the right. It's really coming from the left. Small Wonder Girl in a TV show from the 80s. We used to watch it as kids. InfoWars. Men in Black. I'm gonna wear shades because my future is bright. Trump pays more taxes than Obama, Hillary, and the economy is rising. Oh, this guy, Black Merle. The guy that helped King Arthur get the sword out of the stone. That's that guy. Oh, this is the girl with the red hair. That's Brave. It's a Disney princess. This is Merle getting the cup you see in Indiana Jones. The cup for Jesus. One blood, one race with Ken Ham. Replacing Darwin. Petition to Trump to pardon Julian Assange at Infowars.com. Whoa, Kim Kardashian says she has nothing bad to say about the president. Whoa. He falls in love. You know, she kind of looks like Kim Kardashian. Huh. Almost the same person. And she becomes a dark one. She becomes the first dark one. That's too bad. And then, like, he ends up dying. That's too bad, too. Oh. I look at myself. I see myself smiling a little bit too fast. Maybe. Yeah, look at my fat face. I'm like, whoa. Stop saying that. Sorry. Wow. Huh. What's going on here? Did I say 2 hours? 2 hour live stream. That's a pretty long time, if you think about it. That's too bad. Mulan and Brave. Oh, 2 lesbians. Are they lesbians? I don't know. Little Red Riding Hood and Mulan. What am I doing right now? I think I should do this differently. I should probably do this differently, because these are really good pictures. I should make my face a little smaller. I think so. A little bit smaller. I can do this. Right? Frozen. My computer is frozen. A little Red Riding Hood. And Milan. Agave. CNN is under the mask. Also, like in the Wizard of Oz, you go to the wizard. It's just a little guy, a CNN guy, on the other side of the curtains. You know, when you go to see the wizard, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Just a CNN guy, just like a Scooby-Doo episode. At the end, you find the ghost, you take off the mask, it's to somebody, some person. Except in the movie that they made, some of the movies they made a few years ago with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar, who's also in The Crazy Ones with Robin Williams, who then like maybe died or killed himself, or maybe some people killed him. But he was in a movie where he was like didn't want to live forever by a centennial man, because the people with the money, the people with a lot of power, are trying to take over the world and trying to live forever, so they tell us not to live forever so that they can have it all to themselves, the power and everything. Evil ISP. Internet is becoming more decentralized, and people are trying to bypass and get around internet services. Service providers like, you know, the ISPs like Comcast, AT&T. People are also trying to bypass and get around other bad stuff, bad corporations like Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Google, Twitter, Amazon, IBM. To name a few. Evil GoDaddy. I don't know. Or is it Good Daddy? Proceeding to the Echo Choir Chamber. The Echo Chamber. I don't know. I try not to. That's why I go to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and some of the places, not just Gap, Minds, Steam it. Because you want to get to the new people, and to where a lot of people still are, and into the anti-social networks and into the ghettos. That's why we try to red pill people and go out there to where the people are a little bit, and not just to the people who are already red pilled and stuff. Draw new people. Takes a lot of work. Me with paint. Once Upon a Time is a television show that had about 7 seasons. It just ended this year. It went from like 2011 to 2018. 7th season just ended a few months ago. Interesting show. I'm binge watching it on my computer right now. I'm on like the 5th season now. I've been watching it the last few weeks or 1 or 2 months. Oh, this is Peter Pan. This is Hades, the devil in Once Upon a Time. those are all the photos I have for this week. And that's what I've been up to. Basically, to some extent. Not completely, but kind of shows you a little bit of an update for the past whole week. Not completely, but just bits and pieces. And that's about all we could ever hope for, and a lot better than a lot of people. And that's good. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna stop now. Eat oatmeal.